Hello YouTube, this is Alex, and I just wanted to talk a little bit about myself and just what it's like being an introvert and some of the myths that might go along with that. So, I'm not really going in any order or anything like that, and please forgive me if I'm a little nervous because I'm not very good talking in front of the camera, but it's just something that I'm trying to get better at and improve and all that. So I guess number one would be um, that introverts just like hate people, antisocial, that type of thing. And we don't hate people. It's just we're really nervous around people and meeting new people. But once we get to know you, and of course that takes time, then we feel better and more uh, alive when we're around you. Um, and yes, we do prefer, um, we like our alone time, but we still get lonely. That's another thing. Some people think that introverts just, are fine just being forever alone and everything, and we enjoy our time alone, but we still like social interaction. I think as humans we all like some level of social interaction. And just a little bit about me. At 18, I became a caregiver for my mom. She got West Nile virus in 2010, so I became her caregiver after that, and she suffers from kidney failure. And after that, um, she slowly got worse, and she had to quit her job, and then I became her full-time caregiver after that. So I'm supporting her with my job, and then she has disability. So, and that's been tough because you get caretaker fatigue, and you have to put your whole life on hold for someone else. And some people uh, say that you're selfish for wanting your own life and doing your own things, but don't feel bad about wanting, your own life. That's just a normal thought to have. And not just having, and it's a real downer. It can be depressing. You don't have power over your own money because you have to go and take care of someone else, and there's things that you want to do, but you just can't do them because you don't have your own resources. Right before my mom got sick, I bought a car, brand new car, and after that, a few years passed, and then my mom got worse, and all the money that I saved up to buy a house, because that's what I was doing at the time, I was saving up to buy a house, I had to use all that money to take care of my mom. And I just want to say I love my mom. It's not her fault. She got sick. I don't blame her for anything. It's just the situation. That's all it is, the situation. And hopefully it'll improve in time. I've gotten used to where I am right now, but of course things could be way better. Um, I do get lonely. I would like a girlfriend, but I get very nervous and shy around people, and you know, this world was made for extroverts. Hopefully I'm saying that correctly. If I'm not, please forgive me. And, social media, it just makes the loneliness worse and you get envious. I mean, for example, I watch some travel vlogs from people, and those people are super outgoing, and the world wasn't made for introverts. And but uh, you just have to try and get out there whenever you can, because introverts, we do like to travel, we do like to do social things, but we're just not like the life of the party sort of a thing. And we like to go see things, but we like to go at our own pace. Sometimes we just like to people watch or go to a museum, you know, stuff like that. And that's perfectly fine. We don't have to go out with a giant group of friends, and you shouldn't feel bad about wanting to travel by yourself. You know, it's a big world, and if you want to go explore it and you have the means to, go ahead, and you'll feel so much better when you go out. And again, if I'm sounding shy and nervous now, I am, because I'm not used to talking on camera. And if I repeat myself, I'm sorry. I do have some notes, but it's just kind of hard to refer back to them. But my problem is I feel like I should be doing more with my life, but I'm kind of suppressed right now. I mean, I'm an Aries, if you follow the zodiac stuff, and I've looked into it, and I think it's very interesting. I have all of the bad, well, not all of the bad, but some of the bad qualities of the Aries personality. I do get, I'm a little bit of a hothead. Sometimes, we're big on thinking our own way. And they say Aries is supposed to be extremely outgoing and extroverted and always having to be first and highly competitive and all that. And sometimes I just feel like, I don't want to say coward, but something like that. Apprehensive, I guess. And I don't like that I don't match my sign in terms of that being outgoing. Because, you know, I am a loving person. I do have some good qualities of the Aries, like honesty. I'm a very honest person. I don't like secretive people, especially people that are secretive for no reason. Like they just hide everything. That just makes me very angry. I'm very blunt, and some people, they take that as being rude. Just the brutal honesty being rude. And I don't view it like that, because I'm not having you live in a false reality. I mean, if I sugarcoated everything and told you everything was great and everything, then I'm making you think that you're in a false reality. And I don't think that's nice. I don't think you should lead people on like that. But I don't know if you can have like a midlife crisis at 30, or feel like you're supposed to be doing more, but you can't. But sometimes I just feel antsy. Like I mean, like when I watch the YouTube vlogs of people, they go out, they can talk to anyone, they get all the good looking women, and I don't even know where you would find women to go out with in the real world, because not everyone goes to a bar, you know? Not everyone feels comfortable with that. And some guys, they can walk up to any woman and they can say, you know, all their lines and whatnot, and the woman rejects them, and it doesn't even faze them. They just go on to the next woman. And if that were me, and that first woman rejected me, you know, that would be it for me. I would go to my car and I would cry. What's wrong with me? You know, and yeah, but let's see what else. I think I already covered, being by yourself and being lonely are two different things. And I don't think introverts are lonely, but I think we do. I think a great many of us do feel lonely. And, you know, and not to, you can't really do anything about it. I mean, I'm living with my mom right now because I have to take care of her. But if it was up to me, I'd be on my own. And sometimes I feel like a bum. But I know I'm not, but, living with your parents, you kind of feel like a bum. Even though you don't want to be in that situation. No one wants to live with their parents by age 30, but you have to take care of them. And of course, in the United States, we have this mentality that you have to be out of the house by 18. And in today's day and age, I don't think that's necessarily right for a lot of people. I mean, there's always the economy and all that other stuff, but I think it's just harder for younger people to just move out right away. I mean, at 18, I didn't even know really what to do with my life. I mean, it can take your entire 20s to figure out what you really want, because in your 20s, you're just learning how to be an adult, learning how to go out and meet people, and maybe you're getting your first apartment or your house. So, just trying to be by yourself. And sometimes some people are denied that. And you have to take care of other people. And let's see here. Another thing is, when I was 21, I went and got my CDL trucking license at the community college. And that was the first thing that I ever did in my life that I initiated, that I did myself. And I failed 20 something times, 26 times on the written test. And I finally passed that. I passed my CDL driving test on the first try, and then I had another written test. And this was a 2-month course. So, some people, they can pass their test in like a month. Some driving courses are just a month, and I don't know how people can pass their driving test in a month for driving a semi-truck, but some people can. And of course, learning how to shift, that's a big thing. Some people can't learn that in a week, and I wish there was some type of school for like 6 months, or maybe even a year for some people, because not everyone learns at the same speed. And I was held back in first grade for reading and well, spelling really, and math. And so that, throughout my whole school career, I was always just keeping up with people, or just, or behind. You know, I could never be better than anyone else. And I know that sounds selfish. You know, you want to be better than people, you know, that's kind of selfish. But, you know, everyone wants to be better than everyone else, you know. It's not something to be mad about. But just going back to the trucking, I did that. I passed. I got to walk down the aisle again with my graduation robes and stuff. And right when I passed, that's when my mom got sick. So I never had the chance to use that license. And that's always kind of burned me up. And I wasn't into trucking really with all my heart and soul. I just did it because I thought maybe that was the easiest thing to go to community college for, and it covers a lot of different jobs. You know, a useful skill to have. But I would have still liked to try it out. So I go on YouTube and I torture myself looking at these trucking videos, and there's lots of women truckers now, and during my schooling there was none at all. You know, it was an old 60-something-year-old white man instructor, and it wasn't made for young people. I was 21 when I did this, and you know, with paper maps, young people don't know how to read paper maps, and we didn't learn anything about tandem sliding or you know, GPS stuff. So everything was paper logs. And I see these young women, you know, they're all gorgeous, and they're doing this, and they're, you know, they're small, and they're doing it with ease, what looks like to be ease. Now, I know they're highly skilled, and they've been driving for way longer than I have, and I can't help but feel jealous about that and envious, and I don't like that. I don't like that about myself. I'm a very envious type of person, and it just feels like I've been denied just showing what I can do, or just having the opportunity to do it. And you know, just like the travel vlogs, basically I think a lot of introverts want to be, of course we want to be extroverts because that's what society, it's way easier to meet people now. Extroverts, you know, they have their own problems. They're viewed as, you know, loudmouths, and also I'm viewed as like I'm a good guy type that can't get, you know, can't get a woman because I'm too nice. And I feel bad for some of these women because all the women, their first guy is going to be an extrovert because he's the only one that can go out and have the confidence to talk to these women. So the woman doesn't know how good introverted men can be. I mean, you know, we're good listeners, we're extremely loyal, we can take care of you, you know. We like doing that stuff. But we never get a chance to do that because we're too shy to talk to you. And, you know, there's women that probably think they're ugly because no man has come up and talked to them. But we want to talk to you. We want to talk to the women. But we just can't because, you know, we think we're ugly or we're not worthy to have you. It's not that you're not ugly. You're far from ugly. You're a gorgeous woman. But um, we just don't have that confidence. And everything in this world requires some basic form of confidence. So it just gets very hard to deal with all of that. And I have sort of a stigma against therapists because I'm a typical guy. I don't want to be like, oh, you have to go see a therapist. You can't control your own emotions. You can't handle your own emotions. And you know, and of course, therapist. You might think like the old-timey therapists that throw you in a straight jacket. This guy's crazy. He has to be locked away. And you don't want your therapist saying that about you, but a lot of guys have that fear too. You don't want to open up to a professional because, you know, they're going to prescribe pills or throw you away or something, even though it's not like that. You're not that type of crazy, but sometimes you think that. So, but yeah, a lot of women, they get guys, they're confident, but they're not high quality men. And there's no such thing as a perfect man. Everyone has their personality deficiencies. With me being a hothead, sometimes I get easily frustrated, and that's something that I need to work on. But I also believe that you can't change your core personality. Another thing is like those manifest your own destiny videos. They say good things, but they act like you can change your entire way of life, your entire way of thinking, and I don't really believe in that. I think you can change some things. I mean, if you're addicted to drugs, if you're addicted to alcohol, if you have a weight problem, those things you can change and you can better yourself. But your core personality, just how you are, I mean, when I get angry, I don't even know that I'm doing that. I don't know that I'm getting angry. It's just part of my core personality. Now I might know it afterwards, but that doesn't help you in the moment. So, and I'm sorry if this is like a rant. I wanted this to be more organized, but once I get going, I kind of forget my format. But so that's sort of the being an introvert is not bad. We're the behind the scenes people. We make the extroverts look good. We write the scripts, we write the books. Um, Basically, of course, all the background stuff that keeps society going is what introverts do. So, um, well, I think that's about it for what I wanted to really talk about. If I think of something more, I guess I can make another video on it. But that's just some things. But, if you're lonely, it's okay. I mean, it's not okay, but I get it, You're not the only one. That's what I'm trying to say. You're not the only one that's lonely. that wants a girlfriend or a boyfriend. And you're certainly not ugly. You know, you're just a flawed, quiet individual. And, that's okay. That's okay, and I know you're going to, you'll have trouble, if you can talk to someone about it. Close family, close friends. Oh, and that's another thing, just about family gatherings. I can do family gatherings, but it is draining just to go there and be with the family, like with Christmas or Thanksgiving. Because when I get nervous, my stomach acts up. And it's like a IBS, but it's like stress IBS, where you feel like you have to go to the bathroom, and if you go to a place, you need to know where the bathroom is before you can even go to the place. Like a social anxiety IBS. I don't know if that's a thing, but I'm sure people experience it. So that's sort of another, like the ideal date for me, would be, a woman with her problems. And we can just discuss our, gross medical history. That's fine, it doesn't have to be charming, but I like that. I like real conversation. I don't want to talk about the weather. I mean, if you have something deep and meaningful to talk about, I'd much rather talk about that. And if you have, medical history or something crazy, because, my personality, I like a crazy joke. I'm not, like politically correct. You don't have to walk on your tippy toes when you talk to me, because I know you're not trying to be a bad person. You're just trying to explain things in a way that you know how to explain them. And some people call you all sorts of names and for that way of thinking or expression, and you're not that person. You're not, angry towards another person. You're just trying to explain with the vocabulary you have. So, yeah, it takes a lot to go to family gatherings. And I love my family, there's nothing wrong with them, but it just takes a lot to go out there. But I feel so good whenever I go out. If I do go out and I accomplish whatever I wanted to do, walking around the mall, going on vacation, just going somewhere by yourself and actually doing what you wanted to set out to do, even though you're uncomfortable doing it, that feels great. And I hope you all can do that with your time too. So basically, just do what you can with the resources you can. If you can save up, save up. And just like with that whole manifest your own destiny stuff, I don't like to say this, but sometimes it's just this might be what you're capable of, and you don't know if you can reach a higher level of betterness, but you try. The point is to just try. It might be small. You don't have to change up your entire personality, because I don't think you can. I don't think people can just switch. I mean, unless like you're some type of psychopath that can shapeshift and do stuff like that with your mind, but just for normal people, you're just how you are. So that's about it. I'll talk to you later if I find anything new to talk about, but I'll continue with my gaming videos and some other things. So I'll see you in a little bit, And I hope you enjoyed this YouTube video and my little speech, even though it was rambling. And it was really a joy to talk to you all. So I'll just see you with the next one. Okay, I'll see you. Bye.